Hey everyone. You are probably wondering like what is up with all of these things that I've been posting basically all day today. Well, it's been two posts already. I'm here to give a little explanation about that. With everything that's been going on this year for me, everything like, still trying to get a handle of my dad's passing and plus getting very very involved with like certain politics and stuff like that that's going on in my area and stuff. I haven't had a chance to really sit down to you know d- do any kind of celebration for what was my first album that I put out back in 2012 called Angel. Now, Angel was released back in October 15, 2012, and it was originally released as a double album, and this was the original artwork right here. And it came as a two CD set, which one CD was called Moon Ring, and then the other being called Saturday Morning Around the Pool. As a matter of fact, the original title for the album was going to be called Mood Ring, and Mood Ring was supposed to have been released back in, I think I said like September 2006 as the release date. But what happened around that time was that I had a death in the family. My grandmother got a heart attack, and plus I got laid off from work, and so the the album was postponed for like the next year, 2007. But what happened around that time was I started to go to college. I decided to stop working retail for a while, go to college, see what I could do over there, and from then on it became a thing where 1 year became 2 years, 2 years became 3 years. And by the time that I was able to find a release, the original version of Angel, it had already been, I want to say it was like 8 years, going from 2004 when sessions originally began, 2004 to 2008. I don't know how many years that is. No, 2004 to 2012. That was like a lot of years right there. And so finally in October 2012, I was able to release this version of the album, which was a double version. But I think as time went on, I started to feel like maybe I overkilled it a bit with having two albums. Maybe I should have just put out at least one as a single album instead of just in like putting it all out there just as two separate things. So it was decided in the following year, 2013, that I was gonna put this album out again, but this time as a single album. So this became the new um, cover of the album, and they also had like a revised um, track listing, which all the tracks except for one track, which is called "I'm So High," is all written by me. And it was released as Angels 1B, whereas the original version was released as Angels 1A. Um, but I never had a chance to really give a lot of these songs, a chance, because by the time that I released the album, I felt that the songs were too overcooked. I've been on them for a while. A lot of things have gone through times. For one thing, the track listings just changed a lot. There are some songs that I was adding in, or songs I was taking out, re-adding back in, and so it just became an album where every song, it just didn't gel well with each other. Especially when it came out as a double album, it didn't really gel as good. And you can also tell that every song was recorded differently because you could tell the progression of my vocals because around that time I was also taking voice lessons. And so my voice was changing so much throughout the sessions that I didn't, well, whereas one song vocal will sound different in 2008, would sound totally different in 2011. And you could hear that with the first two songs I put out, "Lost in Your Love" and "Missing Out on Me." Um, it it was that just a very big contrast of how much my vocals were changing throughout the entire process, as well as the production as well. I was like really um, starting to progress more in production, really seeing what I could really do, utilizing the recording space that I was at the time with Pro Tools and stuff. So what I am doing now is I am now going back to these songs. Well, here's the thing. Back in 2013, my friend was updating his Pro Tools system. He was going from Pro Tools, I want to say Pro Tools 6 to Pro Tools 10. And what happened was when he was converting the Pro Tools system, all of the master multi tracks on the hard drive got wiped out. They're I couldn't access them anymore. They're gone. We couldn't retrieve them back. Even if we tried, we couldn't retrieve them back because they were never backed up on an external hard drive. So therefore, um, to really tidy up these stuff, myself as well as engineer Ashwin Duran, someone that I've been working with for a while, we just been going back to the best stereo mix downs that we got, and we're actually utilizing DMix technology. Now that that's becoming a thing, we're starting to utilize this new technology called demixing, which is we're able to finally take the multi tracks, take the mix down, create multi tracks out of them using DMX technology, and fine tweaking things here and there. Like maybe the vocals could have been brought down a little bit more, maybe could have been higher, maybe the drums could have sounded way better, and try not to have the drums and the bass guitar clash so much with each other. So we actually did that with the first two stuff that we put out, "Lost in Your Love." I actually turned "Lost in Your Love" from a mono recording to a stereo recording, just putting the vocals in the middle and then just having the single guitar part doubled into a stereo image. So therefore, you're hearing the guitar in both. And then with with "Missing Out on Me," same thing. It was a stereo recording anyway, so there was really not much that we had to do with the demixing on that. It was just basically just fine tuning the drums, making it sound more punchy, as well as having the bass a little bit more punchy, but not like clashing with the drums so much. Bringing up the guitar, bringing up some of the piano elements, and lastly, doing some stuff with the vocal. Um, so we are going to be utilizing this DMX technology from here on out to finally present a version of the Angel album that I've always wanted to put out but never could because of the limited technology that we had back then, or the limited resources that I had for like the longest time since the sessions ended in 2012. Um, so that's what's going to go on. And plus, I'm going to bring stuff out from the original two album set as well. And you're going to know what songs those are when the the image of the veil will change. Some the stuff that's from the 2014 Angel album will come out with this as the thumbnail. But stuff that's from the original double album will come out with this thumb out as well. So you're gonna be able to hear some things, and we're gonna actually go nuclear with all these recordings that I've done, and so I'm looking forward to presenting all these to everybody, show everybody like what I've been doing for the longest time. So thank you so much for allowing me to come on here to explain what's going on, So here's to 10 years of the Angel album. And stay tuned next year for the release album for Virgin Sounds. And we'll later on go into the second album, which was Saturday Morning Around the Pool. So that's going to be very interesting to put out as well. So thank you so much. Have a great evening, and then stay tuned for some great recordings from yours truly. Have a good night.